Hi, everybody. I just had another frustration because I'm halfway through this one and the alarm went off, so I have to start again. So this all has, this poem is due to a flippant remark a knitting friend of mine made. And I said, "Oh, I write a poem about that big noting." And then, of course, I couldn't remember what it was to start off with. And then someone told me what she'd said. So I, in it, I do apologise to anyone and everyone who hasn't got a job, who really wants to work, and they just can't get work. But this is from a very flippant remark, and again, I apologise if it offends anyone. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be funny. So I called it a pipe dream. There are some of us who'd like to be a butterfly and flit from flower to flower, and some who'd like to be an astronaut and fly to outer space. They could look down and see our Earth, a tiny speck amongst the planets, until it wasn't even that, but lost in the void of space. There are others still who dare to dream of palaces and riches, of kings and queens where they could rule the world, bringing peace and ice cream to us all. For if we are magicians, we can be anything at all. Of course, we can imagine who might we be in another life, for we aren't limited to just this one. We've lived so many times before, and as we're such very slow learners, we'll be back again, I know. But today I heard a doozy. I want, she said, to come back in another life as a doll bludging, hip, happy hippie. So I think to myself, I do. She'd be dressed in her flowing and flowery clothes, her hair in dreadlocks with little things dwelling within. She wouldn't need to waste her time each morning making her hair look great. She would never have to work, for she'd get her government handout and sit on the riverbank all day. She'd watch the trees sway in the breeze, and she'd share her lunch with the birds and the bees. She'd watch all the ninnies going off to work, laughing to herself as she sat by the riverbank, so happy she was to be she. But I know, and you know, where would she be without her knitting and weaving? She'd be bored to sobs in a minute or two, missing her friends who wouldn't be there, for they would be knitting and weaving, talking all things woolly and wonderful as they nibbled on treats and almonds galore. So I know, and you know, so, so I know, and you know too, she'd be a failure as a doll bludging hip happy hippie because she'd miss us far too much. She'd be ever so lonely for now and for today. I hope she'll forget all of those dreams she once had. She'll be back in her chair with her knitting. She'll be back here with all of her friends, helping and guiding us with all of her knowledge, her stories and humour that we love. And once again, we are complete with our Leslie here in our midst. So, a bit of frivolity, I think, don't you? All right, take care. And I think that'll do me for today because I think I can feel the frustrations still wafting around me and I need to let them go. Okay, take care. Bye. Remember, I love you all and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Bye.